Windows 7 has added great new multi-touch features. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to use WPF to capture and respond to raw touch data. I've already got an application, and essentially all it does is show a big image on a canvas in full screen mode. That's it. So you might recognize the image as one of those old Where's Waldo pictures, but if not, it doesn't really matter. It's just a picture. So what I'm going to do is go back to the XAML, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the picture. So I'm going to set the visibility of the image to collapsed. Then I'm going to add a clip property to image and set it to an ellipse geometry with a specific name, clip geometry, and then I'll set its radius X and radius Y. They'll each be 100, so it'll be a perfect circle. Now I'm going to go up to the canvas element and add an event handler. Now you're probably familiar, if you've done any WPF development, with the mouse down, mouse up, mouse move event handlers. And so what you've got in WPF 4 is the ability to have those same type of handlers but for touch. So I'm going to add a touch down event handler and a touch up event handler. Let's navigate to the event handlers. So I'm simply going to navigate to the code behind, and in the touchdown event handler, I'm going to locate that ellipse geometry that's assigned to the image. I'm going to set its center property to the location of the touch point. So I use E, which is the event args, touch event args, get touch point, relative to the main canvas, set the position, and then I'm going to locate that image and set its visibility to visible. Now, when the user releases the touch, I'm simply going to set the visibility of the image back to collapsed. So 3 lines of code is all we're going to add. So let's see what we've got so far. We'll just build and run the application, and you can see that now as I touch, and you'll have to trust me that I'm touching the screen, and wherever I touch, I can see the image underneath thanks to the clip geometry. But we can do better than that. Let's go back to the main window and we'll add another event handler, this time for touch move. I'm going to jump back to the code. Now in touch down, I'm going to make one addition here. I'm going to find the main canvas and then call capture touch, and then I'm going to attempt to assign the touch device that is generating that touch information. I'm going to capture it to, in this case, the main canvas. So capture touch is a new method that's similar to capture mouse, and it's available on any UI element in WPF. Now we'll move down to the touch move event handler that I just added, and I'm going to check to see if, in fact, in this particular case, the touch device was captured by that main canvas. And if it is, then I'm going to move the center of that ellipse geometry. In fact, I can actually just copy the code that I typed before. So now we've reset the location of that ellipse geometry that's acting as the clip. We've reset its center based on the new touch point received by the touch move event handler. Now the last thing that we want to do is go back into the touch up event handler, because once we've captured the touch device, we want to make sure we release it, and the perfect place to do that is in touch up. So we simply call main canvas release touch capture and then pass in the touch device that's associated with that particular touch event. And now our code's ready to go. Let's see what we've done. Okay, now when I touch, you'll see I can move that ellipse geometry around, which has the effect of peeking at the underlying image, right? So it's a nice little application, but the problem is it doesn't really work for multi-touch. You'll see that now if I try to use 2 fingers at the same time, I get this jumping effect. So clearly I've enabled touch for this application, but we have a little work to do, which I'll cover in the next 7 in 7 video for multi-touch.